I was recently re-listening to a lecture by Neville Goddard where he was describing his story when he was enlisted in a world war. And he said something very underrated that a lot of people don't pay attention to. He said that nothing is final and nothing outside of you has any power. Because initially he applied for getting honorably discharged and he was rejected, right? So let's relate it to the stories that you guys tell me in my client coaching practice and membership. By the way, if you want to work with me one-on-one, the link is in the description. Or if you want to join the membership channel where I have weekly live streams where I answer all your questions in depth. So the link is in the description. Anyways, you guys tell me that, oh, I want to buy this house, but my offer got rejected. Somebody else got it. Or my specific person told me that we are done, it's over, and we have been in no contact for XYZ. Or I got rejected from this job or whatever, right? So Neville Goddard got rejected, his application got rejected, and he did not get honorably discharged. In that moment, everything was over, right? But here's the thing, he did not let it bother him, right? And why you should never let anything bother you, and why you should never allow reality to to have the final say. Because here's the thing, reality is, you are a projection, you are a reality generating machine, right? So you are generating the whole thing every now moment. And once you have generated a certain frame, a certain image, a certain 3D environment, circumstance, then it is there, it is done, it is there and it is dead, it is finalized, right? As Neville Goddard said in this lecture that poverty is a state, all states exist right now. Every single state exists. A state where you have your house exists and a state where you don't have your house exists. State of poverty exists, state of richness exists, state of lovelessness and being in a loving relationship exists. So all this exists, and so similarly the frame that you have already manifested, which is here, it exists. But here's the thing, if you let it bother you, if you let it be the final say, if you decide that, oh no, this reality is final and I have been rejected, my application is rejected. In my case, when I was buying a flat in Russia, the bank told me it's impossible for you to get money in Russia right now. Sorry, that's it. End of discussion. They couldn't offer me a single solution after that. And the deadline for me, I already had deposited money to buy the flat and the deadline was gone. Okay, finished. And in case of manifesting my specific person, there was a third party involved, and at that moment it looked like everything was finished. Okay, just like you guys tell me all these stories. Now in these scenarios, in all these finished so-called final say and the 3D showing you, basically telling you that pack your bags and go, if you let it bother you, you need to understand that you are projecting reality every single now moment. So the next new moment that is coming right now, it's not really coming, it's here, everything, but you are having an experience of a linear experience of a timeline. But the next state that exists, everything exists all about you, right? Every single state all about you is existing right now. It's you who chooses which state you are going to occupy, right? So let's say the final say of 3D is that it is done, pack your bags, it ain't gonna happen, you know, bye bye. In that moment, if you let it bother you, if you let it say the final say, then you have become the slave of your five senses, right? You are no longer a creator. You have fallen into the trap of your own creation, because you projected that frame in your unawakened state or ignorance or not knowing, right? You made an unwise assumption previously, and that's what happened, right? But if you let it be the final say, then it is because you have given it power, right? As when Jesus was in front of Pontius Pilate, and um, Pontius Pilate was like, "You don't you want to plead with me? I can let you go, you know." And this was Jesus telling the circumstances that you are not the final say. So he says, "You have no power over me until it was given you from above." Basically, he told the circumstance that you mean nothing, you are nothing. And so you can safely allow reality to exist and not let it bother you and ignore it easily, is when you understand that you are creating the next frame literally right now via your state of being, right? So in that moment you have a choice. Are you gonna let the seeming rejection bother you? Are you gonna accept it? Are you gonna let it be the final say and allow it to unfold as in failure and accept it? And then that's gonna be your story, right? So Neville Goddard said that I did not let it bother me. He said something like, I ignored it, and there is nothing. Yes, he used these words, that there is nothing final in this world. So he decided that no. Then he said, I will do something about it and apply my imagination. And then he went into his barracks that night and sleeping with a bunch of other soldiers, but he imagined himself being in his New York apartment. And here's another thing. The big thing about feeling is the secret, right? Everybody is like, oh, what do you mean by feeling is the secret? When Neville talks about feeling is the secret, he was not talking about emotions. Even sensory vividness that he talks about, like feeling the reality of your imaginal act, is not talking about emotions. He's talking about you accepting the fact that what you're imagining is real, and when you touch things around you, it gives you a sensory feedback. If you go with an assumption that your imaginal act is real, it is very easy for you to get sensory feedback. But if you think it's fantasy and it's BS, you can try very hard and you will not be able to get that tactile feedback out of it. So feeling is the acceptance of the fact that it is done. And when Neville Goddard was imagining himself in his New York apartment, his wife would be there, right? So he saw his wife. His daughter would be there, right? So he saw his daughter. And he saw 6th Avenue next on the right side, and then on the left side some square that he was talking. Basically, he was giving it the 3D spatial awareness. But is that necessary? Not really. What is important is to understand that he did not accept the rejection of the 3D. And he applied his imagination to be in consciousness in his desire. He shifted states, right? And when I was rejected by the bank, that is not going to happen. I shifted state and said, no, I'm with my vision and the vision is complete. And I imagined walking in my new apartment just like I'm walking here right now. And I made it natural to me. The apartment was empty and I was walking in it, and I knew and had an intention that this is my apartment. And in Neville Goddard's story, he said that I made sure that I was not there on a furlough. Furlough is basically getting getting some days off to go meet your family, but you then have to go back to military again. He said, I made sure I was not there on furlough in my apartment. I was honorably discharged and I was there with my family for good. So how do you make sure that? It's an intention. You keep at the back of your mind that my imaginal act is real right now. I am there, and it implies something that I am the owner of the apartment, or I am not on furlough. I am there for good, honorably discharged. And in your case, you could just imagine your being in your apartment doing something and being like, oh, I own this apartment. This is my apartment and I am cooking there, for example, whatever. So this is the feeling and this is the intention behind it that makes it feel real. But coming back to the point, which is the point of this video, is why you should not let anything bother you. Why is the case that, right? Because you are generating the next frame of reality, right? You need to understand how this reality works in order for you to realize that it is literally pointless to live in the end of your fears, because you're going to create it. Why do that? It's illogical. Recently I had this call with a client, and I was like, they talked about a flat, a home that they want to buy, and they told me their conditions. So I told them, like, even if you don't get that apartment, for example, let's say that, let's hypothetically, how are you going to gain anything from living in the end of not getting it? Isn't that very illogical? Like, why are we so adamant on fighting for our limitations? And even like you're making the journey miserable and anxious and you still fail, so why not be happy about it and live in your so-called delusions? And if I know you will get it, it's a hypothetical question, I know that you will get what you want, but you know, why live in the end of your living in the end of your fears anyways? It's not going to get you anything anyways. So isn't it illogical, completely illogical, that you are defeating yourself before? Like, you are already choosing your failures. So you do not let reality bother you by realizing that you are generating the next frame. The frame that you have already generated is dead, is finished, is there. That state will exist forever. It's about the next state that we are talking about. It's about your desired reality that you want to shift in. It's about the next thing that you are going to create. It's not about what already is here. So if Neville Goddard accepted the circumstance of getting rejected by his superior, then if he accepted it, then he would serve in the war. He would serve as a soldier. That would be it. He is fated to, because that state already exists, right? So he would walk that timeline. He would walk that parallel reality, and he would live it. This is why you never accept anything as final in this reality, and you never let anything bother you. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, then do you mean we don't feel anything? We should stay stoic? We don't feel any emotions or whatever? No. If you are feeling frustrated from what is happening right now, feel it. Feel all the emotions, whatever. But it's the intention, again, remember? It's the intention behind. Emotions don't manifest. It's the conviction, it's your conviction that your wish is fulfilled that manifests. So you can feel all the emotions of what has happened. I'm pretty sure when Neville Goddard got rejected and he saw that application that he's rejected, he would have felt something. He was a human. He would have felt like, oh shit, damn it, or whatever. But after that, he said, no, I don't accept it. Now, what does I don't accept it means? It means that he is convicted by the fact that his imagination creates reality, and he understands that this state exists right now, but I can shift into the next state by creating the next, by projecting the next now moment from within as being in my New York apartment. And then he applied his imagination, and what do you know? That was not the final say, right? The rejection was not final. And in 9 days, his superior had a change of heart, which if you know military and if you know military protocols, you will understand that that's not how it works. In military, they don't have change of hearts. These guys are stone cold procedure following, sort of robotic, right? They follow the procedures and SOPs, and they don't give an F about anybody. And they follow protocol, especially the superiors. That's how military works. If they don't follow chain of command, then the whole organization falls to pieces, right? So this thing that happened, it was you cannot, like, logically speaking, it does not happen in this world. But this guy had a change of heart, and he honorably discharged him. And so what the point of this video is, The reason why you should not let reality bother you, what is already here, and you can ignore it, is by understanding that you are creating every single moment to moment your reality, right? So what is already here, if it's unfavorable, understand that now that state exists forever, it is manifested. It is up to you. Do you want to live there? Do you want to accept it as a fact and live the consequences of that state? You want to consider it to be final, or you want to change yourself via imagination, via decision, via affirmation, whatever. Just an intention is enough sometimes, that you decide, no, I'm not going to accept it. I'm not going to accept it. I decide that I have the flat. This is what I said in my case, that I am with my vision and the vision is complete, and that's how it works. So feeling is the secret, and feeling is conviction. Conviction of the fact that you are in your desired reality. You are the conviction of the fact that your wish is fulfilled, and you you can safely not let anything bother you, because you understand that you are creating the next frame of reality. So why bother about something that you are not going to live or not going to stay in, right? And so you can ignore it, but in that moment when it happens, and if you feel any emotions, feel them fully. There is no problem at all. So this misconception that you must stay stoic and have no negative emotions is a false misconception. Even when you are in a loving relationship, you still have ups and downs. Even if you get your perfect car, your car is gonna mess up some days. Even if you get the perfect job that you desire, your desired job, that job is gonna have ups and downs. So every state comes with different emotions. Emotions are not the end all be all thing. It's the knowing that you have that thing which creates that thing. So when you whatever your desire that you had some years ago and now you have them, what do you feel about them? You know that you have them. You don't feel big emotions about them. You just know that you have them. So that's the feeling. That's the secret. Conviction of the fact that your desire is fulfilled. And you should let nothing bother you, because everything that is here is already manifested. You are creating the next frame. So focus on the next frame and be that now. And nothing is final. So this is it for this video. Until next time, bye bye.